What's been up, buddy? What you been playing?
Just going back and forth between Destiny and Borderlands. Just kind of trying to do the level up thing in Borderlands and get to where the same level as everybody else.
What level are you at now?
I think I hit 24, 23, something
I think
like
I saw
that.
you at 24 last night.
I'm catching up.
What you think about it? What's our
It's
thoughts, our takes on it?
well, I'm only playing one character right now. But it's as far as that goes, it's fun. He's a lot of cool little abilities. The guns are fun to use. It's just a lot of chaos and frame rate drops, but it's a really cool game.
Well, it just came out. Give it time. Let them get those patches in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
So is it the same story per all the characters? It's just each character has some different ability.
Right. Oh, that I don't know because I haven't played any of the other ones. This is my first kind of dive into it. But each character seems to have dialogue as well. So I don't know if the dialogue changes from character to character or if it's the same across all of them. So, but it's fun.
Have you ever played any of the other Borderlands games before?
No.
No.
I have not.
Completely a first for you.
Clearly.
Right. Well, when I finish Borderlands 1, I'll pass it on to you.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because I can just back
Amazon was running a sale, and they had Borderlands 1 for like $15. They had BioShock, the whole collection, for $18. And then I went and snatched up the Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel from GameStop for $20.
That's the Handsome collection, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was for free on PlayStation Store like a couple months ago.
It was.
I hesitated on it too. Don't worry.
How do I say this? Games to me, they're like boobs. Virtually they're great, but they're 10 times better when you hold it in your hand.
Yeah, I guess
that's how I think about them.
that's fair. That's fair.
No, same. I've been playing Borderlands 1. I figured, I can't start the third one without playing all the other ones. And like I said, a couple of podcasts ago, Borderlands and BioShock were games I never really got to as a kid because I just didn't really want to play them. So, but I figured, why not now go back in and give it another shot? Part of me still feels that way. The story is very There's not really much to it. Mm-hmm. You're looking for, vault pieces.
Right.
That's really all there is to it.
That's the thing I did notice is I'm kind of lost in the dialogue and I just want to skip through it.
Yeah.
And just so I can get back to playing or
yeah, the gameplay is fun. The weapons are cool. The artwork style is super amazing. But the story is just so blah. And it's definitely one of those games that would probably be 10 times better if you had, a group of people with you.
Yeah, don't do it alone.
No.
It is
10 times better if you got somebody with you.
I feel like that's the only reason that I was able to rank up as fast as I did last night was because I had two other people with me.
Oh, okay.
But because if it wasn't for them, because it scales, right? It doesn't really scale. So if somebody in your group is a certain level and then you're at a certain level, those bosses are their level, and then they're your level. So there's no scaling or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's to me, I don't know. It just works out better if people are with you.
Yeah. I gave finally after a week of having it. I finally gave Man of Madame a chance last night.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. How is it?
The acting on that is terrible.
Is it that bad?
The acting is so bad. The story is actually pretty legit. Like I'm down with the story. It's pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna go play some more tonight. Artwork's, if you played it Until Dawn, it's pretty much the same thing, pretty much same on par. But the game itself is just fun. It's very quick, and your options are very good versus evil, right versus wrong. Outside of that, like I said, the acting is just terrible.
So is it one of those kind of almost create your own story, like all the things that you do, like all the decisions you make affects what happens next? Or
oh yeah, no, most definitely. Especially, did you ever play Until Dawn?
Mm-hmm. Well, I played like halfway or 3/4.
Okay, well then that's the exact same concept,
Okay.
same exact thing. But I believe I think I may have even liked that story a little bit better. But no, if you played Until Dawn, it's pretty much the exact same thing. It will be an anthology series, which I think is kind of cool.
It sounds really interesting. It's I really enjoyed. You played Detroit Become Human, right?
No, I did not. You did.
I did.
Unfortunately.
No, it's actually really good. As far as one of those games where it's not action, really, like you're not mashing a bunch of buttons. It's either quick time events or, thinking of whatever answer you want to say right off the cuff. And every decision you make affects the way the story is told.
Well, yeah, no, it's basically exactly like that as well. You sit here and I guess that'd be like the better way for it is Until Dawn meets Detroit Become Human, because you'll be sitting here in a conversation with somebody, and you'll have to, sit there and decide on what you're gonna say, and then after you're done talking to them, you got to kind of walk around and look at stuff and pick up clues and this, that, and the other. And then if you're in the middle of a cutscene, the next thing you know, something's falling down, and you've got to hurry up and press square, and you've only got like 2 seconds to do it, and it catches you off guard. So, I mean, it's cool. I definitely want to finish the story. But I'm playing that and just trying to keep myself busy and not burn out on Destiny.
Well, it's we got a lot of waiting to do before Shadowkeep comes out. So there's a lot of stuff I would try to
whole week.
Is it a whole what?
It's next Tuesday.
What?
Not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. So it's what, a week and 2 days?
What? Okay, that's awesome. I didn't realize time had passed that quick.
Yeah.
Well, still, you got like a week and a couple days to fill your time slot up. If you're not wanting to grab
And I mean, to be honest with you, I might jump on there once or twice to do something, but I probably will just kind of
wait for the big old
just wait for the drop. That way, I'll be super excited when it does come time to play it.
Absolutely.
For y'all that did not know, Jeff and I did go to Incrediblecon today.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It was a con.
It was a con. It was a small little mom and pop con, if you will.
It's like your little Walmart brand Comic Con. I mean, the people that did put in effort pulled it off really well as far as cosplays and stuff like that. The Star Wars booth was really cool.
Yeah, Star Wars booth was really, really cool.
I mean, they had one of the radio-controlled BB-8s that was rolling around, and they had a live technical whatever R2-D2.
Yeah,
that was pretty neat. But I mean, it was just, I don't know.
I mean, it was fun. I mean, you saw everything from Star Wars to a bunch of anime, Naruto, Bleach, Inuyasha, My Hero Academia. I believe that's how you pronounce that. I know it's not Academy, but I think it's Academia. The artists and voice actors were there as well. Johnny Young Bosch from the original Power Rangers back in the day.
Yeah, it's morphin' time.
He was there as well. My son was he was a little popular. He had a bunch of fun.
Oh, he was what that con was made for. Everybody liked that little outfit, man. He killed it.
Yeah, him and Venom and I said, it was super fun.
That was one cosplay that I thought was pulled off really well, because it's the Venom from the movie.
Right.
So
right. Yeah.
I thought he had like half the head missing.
The first Venom that we saw when we walked in.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was super cool. I wasn't talking about pudgy Venom. It was like concentrated Venom, like the one you throw in water and watch him grow. It was like a before and after. There were some really cool cosplay. The Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice.
The
Batman,
Iron Bat.
The Iron, whatever.
I don't know. I don't know why I want to say Iron Bat, but yeah.
The armored.
Yeah, the armored
Batman.
That one was pretty cool.
Pulled that one off really well. There was a life size. Well, I wouldn't say life size, but you know what I mean. The big old Gundam.
I couldn't figure out if that was a Gundam or a Transformer or a Voltron.
Yeah, it was definitely Gundam. But he pulled it off really well. It was tastefully done.
Super fun. A lot of vendors, Funko Pops, artwork, game stuff.
Yeah, a lot of comics.
A lot of comics, yes.
I don't know if you saw. There's like a bunch of those like long boxes. I forget what they call them. They're just filled.
Long boxes.
Okay, that's fine. No, I thought there was a specific name, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff to choose from. It was a pretty neat con. Wasn't a lot of video game stuff, but we did see a couple cosplays from Watch Dogs and Kingdom Hearts, things like
Final
that.
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, no, you're right. That was about it.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, we didn't stay long. I mean, 3 hours and we were out.
Was it really 3? I mean, I'm not gonna lie though. It felt like we were there all freaking day.
Well, it's because the thing about that con is the exhibit hall is very small.
Right.
So we're walking there. We're doing 1,000 laps in that thing, trying to find something new, and
People watching,
and people watch, and that's probably why it's because it's so small. We kept doing the passes. I mean, if it was bigger, I think
Yeah.
it'd be a little
And
bit
like I said, we were waiting on some friends and wanted to see the cosplay show, and I didn't realize my son was actually serious when he said he wanted to end up the damn cosplay thing.
I know you screwed that one up, didn't you?
I really did. Like,
I think you just had to get in line and then you go talk to the guy before.
I mean, possibly if that's the case, then I'll definitely let him do it next year.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, it was super fun. I'm glad we went.
Mm-hmm.
It was so I got really bored. I don't know if did I show you? I don't think I showed you the back of my phone. Did I show you the back of my phone?
No.
No, I got really bored at work.
Wow. Just holding on to the dream, huh?
Yeah, well,
It's about to become a reality.
Yeah, probably tax time.
There you go.
Tax time will, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know, the new iPhones did drop this week.
Yeah. They look so good. I'm really glad Brian had one because it made it a lot easier for me.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, for us to be able for me to check it out instead of having to go to an Apple store and go do all, because around here there's only the one downtown and that one's just a pain to even try to go into. So it was really cool to be able to see how the cameras worked and what kind of new little features were there, and it felt really good. It felt heavier, like it felt more. I don't know, like it was put together a lot better. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that they put that layer over the back of it, so it's not it is a glass back, but it's another film or layer over the top of that glass, so it's not as smudgy.
Yeah, it's still got the like a matte finish on the back that kind of helps with the sliding and
right, exactly.
Yeah, so and the colors, oh man, they look so good.
A lot of people are obsessed with that new green,
The midnight green.
The midnight green, yeah.
Hell yeah, it looks good. That's why.
I want the gold. I'm good. I want the gold.
Give you the gold. I want the gold.
I'm gonna have a cover over it anyway, so it'll be all right.
So when you get your new iPhone, are you gonna get the?
I want to FaceTime everybody.
Are you gonna do? Are you gonna get the Apple Arcade?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I'm not a big mobile gamer. I don't like being on my phone that much. I really don't. I will, if I get bored, I'll scroll through Instagram for some hot chicks. I'll see what's going on Twitter. But as far as like in my phone all day long, like that social media thing, it's just not really for me. If I don't have to, I don't. But I mean, I'll check it out. I'll see what's up. Right. I mean, it's what, $5 a month.
Yeah. I think it's $4.99. Yeah, $4.99 a month. And then that gives you access to all the games on there.
If you had the option, would you rather pay monthly or yearly?
Probably yearly.
Yearly.
Just because you can knock all that out, and it probably costs less to pay that one charge for the year than it does to pay monthly.
Right.
Monthly is just another way for them to make a little bit more money off of you. So it's probably a smarter decision to go ahead and pay the yearly subscription right up front.
Mm-hmm.
So next time I'll do it. I'm really glad that PlayStation does that and Xbox and whatever.
As far as like being able to do it yearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would totally forget.
Oh yeah, no, I need to do mine yearly. I need to wait till the next like the deal that they have that rolls around for like $39.99 for the whole year instead of $60.
Oh, I guarantee there'll be like a Black Friday.
Oh yeah, no, and I need to do that because I'm one of those that I do pay monthly for it. Just $10. All right, cool, take it out. But I end up paying twice as much as what it normally is.
It's $60.
Yeah, $60.
$60 for a year.
I pay $120.
Bougie.
I try. But as far as Apple Arcade, yes, it was something that was newly announced at the Apple keynote. It's Apple's own little game launcher. They gotta dip their toes in every little thing.
they are dipping all their toes in everything now.
All of their toes,
the whole foot. I'm excited though because they're doing. They got the arcade, they got the Apple Plus streaming, which is from the trailers I've seen for stuff. Like it looks pretty cool. So it might be worth checking out for, do a monthly subscription.
I mean, and I will. I'll definitely probably check something out. But
wouldn't hurt anything.
I probably won't keep it though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's because it's not hosting anything. It's like original Apple content. Mm-hmm. So whatever they have up their sleeves, whatever they're trying to make, that's what they're going to publish.
Now going in a different little direction, didn't they have the new Apple streaming movie thing? Help me out here.
Yeah, that was the Apple Plus streaming, I think.
Oh, Apple Plus streaming. Okay, Are you going to check that out?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the originals that they're doing. Some of it looks cool, so I might do a month.
I know the one with Jason Momoa was a big hit.
Yeah, that one looks good. So, like I said, I'll check it out for a little bit and then dump it if I don't like it.
Oh.
I mean, I'm more looking forward to the Disney Plus, but.
What on Disney Plus are we excited to check out?
All right, so you're basically getting the entire library of all Disney movies. You're getting all the Marvel movies, any Disney original content. You get Hulu, ESPN if you're into that. So you get a lot of. You
like sports.
If you're into competitions with whatever. It looks really good. So I'm excited for it.
They do. I'm definitely.
And it's super cheap. It's super cheap.
How much is it?
It's like $7-8 or something like that.
Their stocks are gonna soar. So if you want to buy, one stock and then
if you can afford to
launch
buy one
it,
stock.
well, no, you can.
How much is a Disney stock right now?
A Disney stock right now is, and I can tell you, it is for one stock. It's $131.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's it trade? I don't want to sound ignorant, but what's the spiking and dipping? I mean, how is it on the up, steady?
No, right now it's on the down. After a couple hours, it's went down about 30 cents. For the past day, it's went down $1. 50 in the past 52 weeks, the highest it's been is 147. I believe that's all going to change once Disney Plus comes out.
I hope so. I hope so.
Buy one, let it hit, $200 and then sell. sell.
I don't know how true this is, but it's on the subject. I know this. It's so funny because we're not even talking about games right now. But
no,
I saw a rumor that Apple is interested in buying Sony.
That rumor has actually been going on for a super long time. Well, no, let me take that back. That's not the case. Rewind. That one is a new rumor, yes. But a year or so ago, there was another big rumor that Apple wanted to buy Netflix.
So what happened with that? Is it
I never heard anything else about it.
Yeah, I didn't. I guess it just fell through or whatever.
Right.
They're doing their own thing now, but because what I was excited for was that if Apple buys Sony, that they're going to want to bring Spider-Man back into the MCU, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Please.
Anything to get Spider-Man back.
Anything. We'll do whatever it takes.
Speaking of Sony, next week's PlayStation State of Play could bring us another look at The Last of Us Part 2. From Andrew Reiner, Game Informer. Sony is lining up on September's 24th video stream, which previously announced The Last of Us Part 2 media event. Game journalists will get their hands on the game at the event, and I'm guessing we'll see some of what they are playing during Sony's State of the Play. Sony says this will be a hefty show, clocking in at around 20 minutes with new game reveals and more. You can tune into the live stream at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Game Informer's Ben Reeves will also be reporting from the media event with new details and footage. Let's see. So that is, when is that? September 24th. Excuse me, I don't even know what the day is.
That is Tuesday.
Tuesday. I have Tuesday off. Oh,
good.
That means I get to watch it.
Yeah, and then you can live message me about it.
20 minutes. Yeah, I probably will, to be honest with you. So State of the Play, I'll probably watch it on YouTube at 4 p.m. So I wish I could say that Sony State of the Plays were something I enjoyed. Their last ones have not really been on par with me. I remember their very, very first one they started doing this. It was like 50% indie titles and 50% VR games.
I remember that. Yeah. But that's when VR was like coming, like, and getting bigger. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
But no, I'm actually super excited this because Last of Us is one of the most waited for games at this very moment in 2019.
We haven't heard anything about it since E3 of 2018.
Yes, I was about to say it wasn't this past E3. It was
the one before.
It was one before it when we finally got that big reveal, that big trailer, I guess you should say. Yeah, it's just God, I'm so excited.
I know. I mean, we might get a little bit of gameplay, maybe. Or
no, I do. I definitely think we'll get gameplay. I think we'll finally get a specific release, and I also believe that we're gonna check out Ghost of Tsushima, however the hell you pronounce it.
Tsushima, I think.
Probably. And we'll probably get some more titles, some more hopefully new exclusive, even if it's a 5-second clip. I definitely think they'll show something that they haven't shown before.
That'd be good. That would be good.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. But no, definitely check that out on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook.
What time does it start?
4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific.
All right. So mark your calendars.
So for any of you who didn't know, just like I didn't realize that the other day was National Batman Day. I didn't know that was like a thing.
You didn't get me anything?
I sure as hell didn't. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
shucks. I knew it was, you have Free Comic Book Day and, National Skateboarding Day. I had no idea the other day was National Batman Day.
Yeah, and yesterday was Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow. What a time to be alive.
All the holidays that we just keep missing.
So what's going on with Batman?
All right, so this time it was very, very cool. So basically what happened was the day after Batman Day, Warner Brothers Montreal, which is the studio, one of the studios behind all the Arkham games, tweeted for the first time in 4 years.
Oh, damn. I thought you meant like legit tweeted for the first time.
No, well, like, yeah. So
they lost their tweet virginity.
The first time they've tweeted in 4 years. So they basically put out a little teaser video of something. It was the kind of like the bat signal up against a wall of a building, and it had different symbols that were flashing.
Okay.
And one was the skull, the symbol of Ra's al Ghul or Talia al Ghul.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I don't know if you've played Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I played them all.
Okay, so you know how you can go in the evidence room and there's like Talia al Ghul's stuff and Ra's al Ghul's, and they haven't really been in the games that much. So I think that they're getting ready to bring a new Batman in, or at least do another sort of Arkham game.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it's been 4 years, 5 years,
4 or 5 years, yeah,
since Arkham Knight came out, and that game still holds weight.
Oh, and I mean, people are still playing that game.
I love it. But I mean, so I guess spoiler alert. it's been a while, but if you do the night, what is it called, the Nightfall Protocol?
Yeah.
Basically, Batman's dead, right? So, kind of interested to see how they're going to continue this, and if they're going to bring in or keep doing Batman, or if they're going to maybe bring in some more Nightwing, do that. Just a different kind of character in the whole Batman universe. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I think it'll be super fun. The last Batman game I played outside of that was I do have the VR game, which I thought it was super cool when they introduced Nightwing into that for the brief little second that they did.
Oh, him being dead?
Yeah, having to go over all the footage and everything that happened.
Right.
Who would you want as a main villain?
I mean, there's so many. There's so many. There's so many that
I don't want to say that the Joker's played out, but I've had that enough to where I just want to go in a different direction.
Give me anybody but the Joker.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that story. The Joker's one of the best Batman villains there.
Yeah, of course.
But there's such a huge rogue gallery that we could utilize.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously they've kind of hit on a bunch of them throughout the series. You know, with Batman Arkham, whatever the first one, I forget.
Arkham Asylum.
There
Arkham,
it is.
mm-hmm.
Arkham City, Batman Origins,
Mm-hmm.
and then Arkham Knight. There's a huge thing they've hit on.
Right.
But they've never really like fully fleshed out somebody. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they could do anybody. You know,
yeah.
Actually,
It doesn't
except
always
Joker.
have to be the Joker.
No.
Well, speaking of Batman, is something that pisses me off. I fucking hate Fortnite.
I
hate
thought we were gonna
Fortnite
dodge this one.
so much.
Thought we were dodging it.
Fortnite Batman crossover event. Epic Games has pulled back the curtain on its teased Batman crossover event in Fortnite to celebrate the Cape Crusaders' 80th anniversary. In the iconic superhero is invading the Battle Royale game until October 6th, giving players a chance to snag some cool Batman skins, play around with the Batman gadgets, and more. Until the aforementioned date, you'll be able to purchase a Batman Cape Crusader pack from the Fortnite's in-game store. It includes 2 different Batman outfits, a Batwing-style glider, and a Batman-themed harvesting tool. Epic is also selling various other Batman-inspired items in the store until that date, including a Catwoman skin. You can take a look at those as well as the official trailer revealed below in GameSpot. Batman, I had more faith in you than that. I didn't realize you were going to go down this long and lonely road.
They're just trying to capitalize. That's all it is.
Yeah,
Batman's one of the most iconic characters ever. So why not put him in one of the most iconic games ever?
It's not iconic. Shut up.
Unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but it is.
I'm gonna run around with a little pickaxe and I'm gonna build stuff while you shoot at me. Shut the fucking stupid ass. I hate this fucking game so much. And I tried, and I'm not one of those people that just say I hate it and I never tried it. I actually did try it. I played it with Evan for like 10 minutes. I was like, this is fucking stupid. No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go play a real game. And then I turned it off and I went and played Apex.
I thought you were supposed to say, like, I turned it off and then cranked Minecraft.
No. I went and played Apex, and I played Apex for about 5 minutes, and then I went and played Destiny.
Smart man.
Yeah. But you know what's not smart?
What's that?
BioWare. They're not very smart.
No.
Not at all. BioWare scraps Anthem's Axe roadmap to rework the game.
Anthem in the news
From
again?
Stefan L. From TSA. As Anthem's Cataclysm event comes to a close, BioWare have explained what the future holds for the troubleshooter looter, accepting once more that the game simply isn't where it should be. The team now working on the game are planning a more thorough review and reworking to address the game's core issues. Writing on the BioWare blog, head of live service Chad Robinson explained that this also means moving away from the acts structured for updates that the company had originally planned, of course. The acts were a moot point when the company bunkered down after the game's release and reports of its shambolic development emerged, leading to delay and cancellation of much of Act 1. Cataclysms was the cornerstone event from Act 1, but took months longer than originally planned to go live. However, BioWare will still be adding new content to the game over the coming months, with seasonal updates planned through the year that they hope will keep players engaged. These events will deliver challenges and chases similar to what you've seen and are built around some fun themes we're bringing to the game. For more meaningful changes, will BioWare have no actual news outside of the change of focus? But Chad says, poor Chad, says that they will continue to engage with you, our community, through PTS when we can show you what is coming. The public test server popped up alongside the Cataclysm reveal, letting players dive into the work in progress event and mode to give feedback. Through this, BioWare made the following changes: combat balancing, adjustment to minor and major crystal economy, additional type of reward, UK fixes, blah, 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 blah. And they are being scrapped to EA's $5 bin. Let it die. Let it die.
It needs to. And as much as I want this game to be successful and continue on and be the game that we all want it to be, it's just not gonna.
No.
You know, and this all started way back when this game first started being marketed. Mm-hmm. They were talking about how it's been in development for years and it's gonna be the most amazing game and it's completely new and fresh. Mm-hmm. And then come to find out, it was only in development for like a year and a half. and all the production was rushed.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're having to backpedal, and now they're going to have to go back and rework all the mistakes that they've made and implement stuff that is going to fix whatever issue. This is a disaster.
It's a disaster just trying to talk about it.
It's hard, man, because this game's so fucked up. It's done, you know. And honestly, and they talked about this too when this whole thing started. Pull the game off the server, take it down, right? Rebuild it, fix it, make it good, and then bring it back online. I don't care to not be able to play it for a year or two.
I'm not going to.
Well, I'm saying is like take it down, fix what needs to be fixed, put things in that should have been there in the beginning, fix the fucking loot system, and then bring it back online, and then get people to come back. If you can retool a game to make it to where people are going to enjoy it, then do it. Plenty of games have done it before, you know. Destiny's done it. Battlefront 2 did it. You know, it's possible. So just get your fucking head out of your ass, BioWare. It's not hard.
You know what I think it is?
Go ahead.
I think they're jealous and upset. And here's why I think they're jealous and upset. I think they're jealous and upset because they don't have their looter shooter game, and everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bungie has Destiny 2. Ubisoft has The Division 2. They don't have their live games as a service looter shooter game that they wanted, and they're upset.
Well, yeah, I completely agree with that. But and also, too, it was the pressure from EA. Because you know how EA is just get it done, get it out the door so we can make money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they just want money. They don't care about
the long term.
They don't care about the long term. They don't care about the quality. Mm-hmm. So as long as they can get a game out and put it on the shelves and the amount of time that they think is acceptable, then the game's going to fail. You know?
No, I mean, you're not wrong. I don't blame you. But yeah, they did get scrapped to EA's, what I believe is called EA's All Access. It's a $5 a month subscription service. You can just play all of EA games.
That game just came out in March.
I know. It's so bad.
It's 6 months old, and it's already in a $5 bin.
Yeah.
That's insane. DVDs last longer than that.
Not that this game is anywhere on par to Anthem, but the Switch has been out for, a couple of years now. Mm-hmm. And one of the launch title games for the Switch was The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Mm-hmm. Still in stores today at $49.99.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never played it, but I've heard many good reviews, and I've seen a lot of videos that have the gameplay, and it looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks, artistically different than a lot of games, and it's Zelda, it's familiar. So of course people are gonna keep wanting to buy it. And if supply and demand, you can keep prices as long as people are buying.
Do you know what I do find a little funny?
What's up?
Was that, not that this really even matters, I just find it a little funny. You can go on Amazon right now and buy Destiny 1 for $3.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about Destiny is that it's still live.
Yes, no, you are 110% correct.
I mean, they're not introducing anything new or fixing anything, but it's still, the servers are still there. So,
speaking of Destiny 2 has a 5-year plan, means you shouldn't expect a Destiny 3 anytime soon. From Jeremy Winslow at GameSpot, with Destiny 2 gearing up for the release of Shadowkeep in a week and 2 days, developer Bungie outlined what is to come in the first-person looter shooter MMO. Destiny 2's 5-year plan is now underway, and it really kicks off Shadowkeep, which comes out very shortly. This likely means Destiny 3, if it ever happens, is years away from release. In the meantime, here's how Guardians can expect Destiny 2's ongoing updates to work. Various Bungie developers, including game director Luke Smith, community head Eric Osborne, and production director Justin Truman, and more, spoke about their vision for Destiny 2 with Shadowkeep and beyond the new Vidoc. Bungie is investing everything into a large system overhaul for the looter shooter. Everything is changing from armor, enemies, missions, and even the game world itself. The studio claimed it wants to build Destiny for its core fans and the people who love it. Luke Smith started the Vidoc by saying that he wants to construct a world where you feel like all your actions move to the universe forward in some meaningful way. To achieve this goal, Smith says Shadowkeep is the first step for Bungie to build the world and its envisioning for Guardians. Shadowkeep will call you back to the moon, an important Destiny locale that has undergone some frightening changes. There will be more ways to play. With Shadowkeep comes the evolution of how Bungie handles its season pass. The studio wants to tell one continuous story that poses and answers questions, all starting with Shadowkeep. Repurposing familiarity, having a healthier PvP is part of Bungie's focus within the 5-year plan. That includes bringing back original Destiny maps like Fragment, Widow's Court, placing elimination back into the Crucible rotation game modes, and more. Each week will feature different iterations on game modes where Bungie will be looking for player feedback to make tweets. I wish I could say I got more out of the Vidoc this week. But I didn't. It was kind of...
As far as information goes, it wasn't a huge drop.
No, okay, yeah, that's the best way to explain it. As far as information, it's not really...
Right, but there was a lot of little Easter eggs and tidbits kind of nestled in there that you had to really kind of pay attention to it. For one, a lot of people are speculating. There's one moment in that Vidoc where if you look, they're in a meeting room, and they got a screen pulled up, and you can see the back half of what looks like Galahorn.
Right.
So people are kind of going crazy about that, and I would be all right with it coming back for sure. And then showed off some of the new...
grind the shit out of that damn gun.
Yeah. And then they showed a lot of the new armor, some new weapons, a couple peeks at the artifacts, the seasonal artifacts. Some of the enemies they're going to be facing, nightmare stuff. I mean, it's pretty solid to be able to actually put a what it's going to look like with the words they put out, as far as putting a face to the information.
Right.
So what I'm really excited about is just how everything is going to completely change. Mm-hmm. Everything that we think we're used to is not going to be there anymore, or it's going to be different or something to that nature. So it'll be a good time in Destiny, I think.
One of the things that stuck out to me the most, Luke Smith had made the comment that they want to continuously tell the story. Yeah, what I thought was really interesting was Luke Smith had made the comment that the studio wants to tell one continuous story, which I'm super happy about, because I feel like with every DLC expansion that we had, or any kind of heavy drop that we had, like I feel like I had more questions than answers.
Right. There was the end of the story in Destiny 2 where they were showing off the pyramid ships.
Yes, at the very, very end of it, yes.
And
we're like, ooh, time travel.
Right. And they're still not even, we don't even know what it is still.
Right.
But they were shown off in Forsaken when you went into the throne room, whenever you got your offering to the Oracle. So they were hinted on a little bit more. And I think, if I remember correctly, they're going to kind of play a part in Shadowkeep as well. So that I'm really, as from a storytelling perspective, I'm really intrigued to see what's going to happen with those, and plus whatever upsets the Vex enough to invade the moon that we do. So this is a good step, and they've been systematically changing Destiny over the last 3 years, and this is another big key turn for him. So this is a good time to be involved, I think, if it kind of coming in, especially with new light, and they can get kind of used to the new system, and or well, not even used to it. Like, this is what they're going to be starting out with. It's us old veteran players that have to keep getting used to all these different systems coming into play. But the new light thing is really cool. So, and the bigger the player base, the better.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm super excited. We don't have that much longer. I already have my day taken off, and I'm going to take the whole following week off.
Oh, yeah, you're doing your vacation for
I am
Shadowkeep.
vacation. My PTO will expire if I don't. Moving on to some a little more lightly wholehearted topic.
Oh.
I don't know if you know this or not. Ash Ketchum is finally a Pokemon League champion after 20 years
He needs
of nonstop give up.
He's somebody wrote a thing. They were like, Ash Ketchum has 22 years is 10 years old with 22 years experience. He's like, he's everybody. He's the one person every job wants to hire now because he's got so much experience.
Hell yes, he finally. I'm so proud of him. That's what happens when you follow your dreams and you don't give up. Because he lost time and time again. I think the original.
Because he had shit Pokemon.
Probably.
I don't know anything about it.
No, I think I don't know it like some people do, but I do know that the original Pokemon tournament he was in, I think he came in like 16th place. But then like every other tournament that he was in after that, he would steadily go up 1 or 2 spots, and he's finally won a Pokemon League, and we're all super proud of him. And Ash Ketchum's is proof to not give up on your dreams. Yep. But now that Ash has won, that leaves the question, is Sword and Shield going to be a soft reboot of the brand as a whole?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe it will. I don't know. I think Pokemon Sword and Shield is very up in the air right now.
And that's the one that's coming out, right?
Yeah, it's coming out for Switch.
Okay.
It's the newest Pokemon that's coming out.
I mean, maybe that's like a storyline thing they're trying to, because that's on the show, right? Where he won the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so maybe that's just like a tie into the game. And
we hope so.
And Sword and Shield, maybe there'll be a new trainer for another 22 years.
Maybe. He didn't have Brock and Misty with him. Don't know if you knew that part or not.
Damn it, Brock and Misty, where were you?
You're holding him back. Michael B. Witter at Polygon. Final Fantasy VII Remake to have a classic mode. That's pretty cool. I mean...
Yeah, so you're still getting the remake style of it, but you're still getting the turn-based fighting too, so that's cool. From
WindowsCentral.com, Asher Madden, E3 reportedly wants to revamp its image according to a leaked presentation. It's no secret that E3 isn't having the best time in recent years. While conferences like Gamescom garner hundreds of thousands of visitors, E3 2019 only saw around 66,000. In an effort to revamp the events, the format, and attract more people, the organizing body wants to rebrand it as a fan, media, and influence festival. Game Daily managed to get its hands on a presentation on just how this would work. There will be 8 experience hubs in the middle of the traditional booths. There may be a strong focus on celebrities and other influential people to attend. There may be an industry-only day before the event opens up to the public. E3 wants to focus on social good to become more popular with the younger people, paid media partnerships with major outlets to increase the reach of E3 and its exhibitors. As with any such leak, the take will grain for us all. For all we know is that this could be an elaborate hoax. But actually from Gamma Sutra, I like that. Gamma Sutra blogs. E3 could be getting a big overhaul. The ESA mulling over the rebrand that would see this show become a fan media influence festival in 2020. As reported by Game Daily Biz, which obtained a pitch deck proposal for the next year, show the U.S. Trade Association has laid out plans to significantly change the format of E3 in response to the publisher feedback. The proposed revamp would see the expo bring in more influencers and celebrities to play games and take part in a variety of experiences, such as inviting athletes to play sports games in front of the fans or hiring actors to compete in tournaments. These events would seemingly take place in 8 experience hubs scattered throughout the LA Convention Center. ESA members also keen to bring more consumers into the fold and have approved an additional 10,000 gamer badge ticket, which would mean that there could be up to 25,000 consumers at E3 2020. With that in mind, there's a chance that the E3 schedule could be amended to turn the first day of the expo into an industry-only event before the opening the doors to the general public. Curiously, those that do choose the queue will be kept and entertained by a entertainment queue system that will use data gathered through the app to send tailored marketing messages towards the consumers as they stand in line. To help counteract lengthy queues caused by the expansions, the ESA also considered creating a digital app that would allow people to schedule demo appointments during specific windows similar to the FastPass system used by Disney at theme parks. So the thing about this is you watch E3 every year, and E3 is where you always get your biggest game announcements. But believe it or not, outside of those big game announcements, they are very, very low on that tier of most people showing up to a gaming convention.
Right.
You know, as to where, you know, Tokyo Game Show and Gamescom and PAX, where you have, you know, hundreds of thousands of people, E3, you know, rarely ever hits 100,000. And just a lot of that has to do with, you know, how many consumers they let in each year, to how many, you know, booths that they're going to have, and the fact that you have these long wait times where people will go and, you know, the show floor is open for X amount of hours, but they're standing in line for 4.5, 5 hours just wanting to play this one game for X amount of time, which there implements the badge system that they want to do. I don't know. I'm actually very curious to see what happens.
All of that sounds good.
No, it does. You're right.
I think the main problem with E3 is it's more of a media focused game convention.
Okay. Yes.
So you know they'll let people like IGN, Game Rant, Kotaku, like they all get in.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
And they get first hands on
everything. Right.
Right. So by doing this, it opens it up to like more of an audience, and it's not filtered like. Okay, so, you know, if somebody goes into E3, they say, oh, there's only so much that we can say about it, but it does this and blah, 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 blah. And with this, maybe games will be a little bit more transparent.
Yeah.
Since it's going to be more of a consumer base than it is media.
Right.
Like, you wouldn't have, like, the Watch Dogs fiasco from a few years back, or...
That's funny.
Or the Anthem thing or whatever, and the games will be a little bit more polished, or at least not, if not more polished, more honest about what it is. Since you know, consumers are seeing it, and then with the whole fast pass system, that's awesome too, because if you go to a game convention and you want to play a certain demo and you wait in line for 5-6 hours, by the time you're done waiting in line, the convention's over.
Yeah, exactly. And
you wasted all your time
standing in line for all of one day to just play one game. Yeah,
when you could have been going around from table to table or booth to booth or whatever, checking out other stuff, you know. I
mean, I'm not even gonna lie, if I got to go to E3, I really don't think that I probably wouldn't stand in line to play any of those games.
I was about to say, it's like, so if E3 next year shows off a playable demo for whatever, anything, like,
right.
So let's say they throw out like, and this is completely hypothetical, and this will never happen because it's not what they do. But if Rockstar drops
a new exclusive,
GTA 6,
oh, okay, there you go,
and we're gonna actually make an appearance at a gaming convention for the first time ever. Here you go. We're gonna have a live demo,
right?
And you can come in and play. Which, like I said, is not gonna happen. It will be a really good thing to have people to be able to come in, get them out,
right?
Play it,
setting up appointments for your demo times and things like that.
Yeah.
Now, if that's something that's implemented, then yes, I would definitely probably. Oh, okay, cool. Well, this new game's come out. I want to try it.
So you can get there, but like you're not gonna go to E3 just for that game.
No.
Right. Right. So
I'm going for the panels.
Exactly.
That's why I'm going.
Like you wait for PlayStation to come on, do their whole 45-minute, hour-long panel or whatever, and then Xbox and whatever's they've got going on. But you're not gonna just sit there. Like I would be so pissed off if I just paid hundreds of dollars to get into E3 to stand in line for 6 hours, 7 hours, and not get to do anything because you're missing so much other news. So many.
You're 110% correct. Just for the bragging rights to say that you got to play that game before it came out.
Yeah, and then then the thing too is like with it being media focused now and more of a consumer base next time, like they're seeing a broken game.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
a falsified game for the most part. I mean, granted, like games usually are about 75-80% what you see, but that other 20-25% or 15% or whatever is usually what fucks the game the most.
So, okay, well, since you're talking about fucking a game and loving it all at the same time, That brings me to ask you, do you think there's ever a point where you can love a game or a franchise so much that you can no longer be objective about it?
Oh, I think being able to see through the flaws in a game and still be able to play it is what makes people love a game.
Right.
You know, if you look at Destiny, I mean, we're always going to go back to this. Right. Destiny's been a broken game since it came out. There's always something going on with it, right? But people look through that and keep playing it, you know, despite this gun being broken, or here's a boss glitch, or, you know, whatever, super glitch in Crucible, whatever's going on. Being able to look past it and still liking the game, I think that's what makes people be a true fan, I guess. But I will always be objective on a game. Always. I'm never going to be like, oh my God, this game is perfect. Like there's not one game that's perfect. As much as I want to say like certain games are like super close, in reality they're not, you know. Spider-Man, super awesome game, right?
That's funny. I just had Spider-Man in my mind, but go ahead.
Yeah. Super awesome game, but it was buggy from time to time. It had little weird glitches when jumping or swinging, and there weren't enough suits. Even though there was like 40 something or like high 30s, I can't remember exactly how many it was, but you know, and it's a PlayStation exclusive. Like I find exclusivity a lot of wrong with the gaming community. Like that's one thing. I would say is super objective for me is that there are Sony exclusives, and that's very contradictory to what I think I said before.
Being a Sony fanboy, you don't like the fact that they're Sony exclusives?
Yeah, we have the best exclusives. Don't get me wrong, but they shouldn't be exclusive like that. I don't think, because like, dude, like I wanted to play Sunset Overdrive, and it's a fucking Xbox exclusive. I think that's why I'm mad about it. But whatever. Anyway. I don't know.
Do you know how weird that would be playing Halo on your PlayStation?
I mean, it might be all right. Who knows? I mean, is Halo centered around the way that controller's shaped?
I don't know, but I would just feel wrong playing it on my PlayStation.
Who knows? I don't know. What do you think
about the question that I asked?
Yeah, are there any games you're objective about, or do you think you love a game too much to not be objective of some things?
I think there's only one game in this whole world that I did not find anything wrong with. It was perfect. The story was amazing. It never bugged on me or anything.
Super Mario Brothers?
No, I'm pretty sure I died a couple of times because of a glitch. Like, there's something going on.
Right.
Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
For me personally, someone who has invested so much time in the Uncharted series over, the years that it was played, me personally, you're gonna have people out there to say, oh, well, the story wasn't that great, or I didn't care for this and I didn't care for the way that this happened. For me personally, that story was flawless. I loved every minute of it. I don't think that it could have ended on a better note. The only thing that was bad about it was the fact that it had to end. I hated it. It sucked.
Dang.
That game will be my game of the year 10 times over.
I mean, I can see that. It's a very solid production.
It's Naughty Dog,
It is Naughty Dog. So that gives a lot of credence to Last of Us. So
Last of Us 1 pissed me off. Kill his daughter like that.
Oh, man.
God,
he had to, man.
I'm not gonna cry. I did. Oh, that was so sad watching that. No, I mean, and even Last of Us 1, if we're speaking on Naughty Dog, there were like the online multiplayer for Last of Us Part 1 was super buggy a lot of the times, and the servers didn't work a lot of the times. And there were a lot of, story parts in Last of Us Part 1 where I kind of felt like were just fillers to drag it out a little bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I keep asking myself what's next for Naughty Dog, but Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah. Okay, so, and I don't want to shit on your
I'm so ready for Tuesday.
Uncharted, your Uncharted fanboy thing, but like overall, with every element of that game, like it's not 100%. Like the online.
I never played the online.
Never
played. Oh,
so you don't.
Uncharted's not an online game or not a multiplayer online game.
Uncharted 4 had it.
I know it had it, but that's not the kind of game that it is. So I ignored it.
Oh, but to you,
I
ignored to you that multiplayer doesn't exist. I got you.
Not in that game. It doesn't.
I got you. Okay. All right. That's fair. Well, it is in there. It does exist.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And it is not fun.
So let me ask you this. Granted, their game's not even out yet. Last of Us Part 2 from Naughty Dog. Uncharted's done. That story is wrapped up and put away and completely done. Last of Us Part 2 is going to be coming out here shortly. So if we get a release date for Last of Us Part 2 and we say that it's, February of 2020, what would you like to see from Naughty Dog at next year's E3? Because after they put out Last of Us Part 2, that's it. Like, they don't have anything else.
Nothing on a roadmap anywhere. No plans for anything. Maybe a new IP, actually. Something different, something fresh, but still kind of the way they tell stories. Something not treasure hunting or zombie related.
Just something,
or Crash Bandicoot, but like something.
Could you imagine like a Crash Bandicoot in like a Last of Us format?
like an actual story,
right?
Crash Bandicoot.
With how amazing that they actually tell stories.
I want to see it on PS5 at 8K or whatever they're planning on running on that shit. But yeah, I think that would. But no, seriously, like
It's a new IP audio.
Yeah, new IP, some sort of adventure game or action game or something, like a buddy cop, co-op game. That would be cool, right?
Mm-hmm. No, you're 110% right. I was thinking about it the other night, and I had made this comment a while back that last year's E3, I was excited for it because it was E3, but if something happened and I missed it, I wouldn't be too terribly upset because I knew that E3 was going to be here, but I also knew that it wasn't going to be up here either because I think that a lot more pressure lies on next year's E3.
Right.
With, Rockstar not having anything new out and about. I mean, you've got your Red Dead stuff, online stuff, and DLC stuff that's coming out for that. Naughty Dog, about to do their State of the Play with Sony for their, Last of Us Part 2. So by the time, hopefully, that'll come out before E3, so that'll be it for Naughty Dog. You're going to have to show new systems, which are supposed to be set for, Christmas time of next year. Like, next year's E3 is going to be...
Think it'll be big?
Lit.
Since it's new format, new everything. So
I think they're going to have a lot to show for next year.
Developers are going to have to bring their game. Like, well, obviously. But, like, they have to step it up and
I wouldn't be surprised if we see, like, a 5-second clip for, like, God of War. And then we won't see the game for, like, another 4 years.
Just leave it alone, man. Like, God of War is cool, and it's fun, and it's a good story, but, like, after the last one, I think it's just getting ran into the ground,
Mm-hmm.
That happens a lot too with different series and stuff that they fumble along the way because it's so burned out. Like, look at Final Fantasy. They've done 15, 16, including like some of the little smaller ones or whatever back in the day. And they've had like some really, really good ones, and they've had some bad ones. Like, nothing's going to be consistent. I just feel like when you run a certain IP for so long, but everything's a sequel, like, or whatever, it just becomes like too much.
Right. No, I agree with you.
And I don't want to see that happen to, and that's what I'm saying, like with Last of Us and Uncharted. Just I kind of waiting to see that just go away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't do too much, you know. So a new Naughty Dog IP would just actually hit it right on the head.
And that's why I hope that they don't. I feel like they left the story at a good ending. Just leave it alone. You put out your 3 games. You did one for the PS Vita, I believe that's what it was. And you were done. Mm-hmm. You didn't run it into the ground, you know. Well, I mean, they did do that one little spinoff with the 2 females.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
That was kind of unnecessary, but it was there.
Right.
Lost Legacy is what it was called. So yeah, I guess we'll see. Like I said, State of the Play, which we will get all the new Last of Us Part 2 information, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's about everything. It was a little dry, short week. We'll have a lot more next week, I promise.
Yeah, next week's gonna be big. We're gonna do. I kind of want to do like a little Shadowkeep recap. See, well, actually, I'll be next. No, that's not next Tuesday, next weekend, is it? Oh, this will be after that.
Yes.
Yeah. Still want to do a Shadowkeep recap after
it drops, correct?
After it drops, yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I plan on it. We'll definitely. I mean, I figured we play it for about a week first, and then kind of go back in and give.
Might even try to get a guest on, maybe.
May work on it. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Try that one out, see how that goes. Oh, and then also next weekend gonna be fun.
Fuck you.
This is gonna be fun. For one,
if you ever wondered what our faces look like,
for one, we're gonna have a brand new setup. We are. Whole new desk, everything.
When is the desk supposed to be here?
It will be here the 27th. So the day
my chip gets
your parcel becomes available. All right, yeah, so next weekend, big things. We're going to try out our first hand at videoing. So we're going to do an actual in-person podcast / challenge. We're going to have special guests and a special sort of challenge that we'll be doing. I don't want to give away too much, but Michael's probably going to die. And I'm glad that this is going to be videotaped.
I don't like spicy. I don't like spicy. No.
Yeah, so new setup.
But I will get to try out my 4K camera.
There we go. So breaking out the 4K camera, new setup, special guest. Kind of make it probably about an hour and a half, depending on.
I want to try to do. So the video, of course, won't be that long. The video will probably be 20 minutes, or longer, depending on how much I'm dying.
We should probably do a podcast before the video.
No, actually, I think the podcast after the video would be better.
Oh, you're
trying to talk about gaming news while fucked up.
Yeah. This will be a very, very special episode.
It is. It's gonna be a very special episode. So please keep up to date. And as always, we're super hungry, so we're gonna get something to eat. Later.